Hello, lending partners. This is Ralph Migliozzi of RC Advantage talking to you about one of the most important things in the transaction, that is receiving the appraisal. If you're the listing agent, you may have been frustrated at times in order to get the appraisal right. And so we're going to talk about several things that need to be done in order to save you money and time and to keep your transaction from crashing in relation to receiving the appraisal order. First thing is, you should recognize as the listing agent, you do have control over whether that appraisal is done, and you can refuse the appraisal. For instance, if the appraiser calls you, you're certainly going to want to ask him what city he's coming out of, and if he's coming out of an area that is more than one county away from you, over 35 miles, I would refuse that appraisal. And the listing agent does have the right to refuse the appraisal, and many times the appraiser and how far away he is unknown by anybody until you're contacted as the listing agent. So refusing the appraisal would be a great thing to do. Second of all, it's important that the property be ready for appraisal. If the property is not ready for appraisal and you're rushing the appraisal, it's not going to do you any good, because the appraiser is going to have to go back out there and re-inspect the property, which is going to slow you down. Why people are in a hurry to get an appraisal done when the house is not ready to be appraised is something that I've always found interesting. For instance, what kinds of things need to be done before the appraiser comes out? In California, you're going to want to have the carbon monoxide detector in there, and you're going to want to have the smoke alarms. If the smoke alarm and the carbon monoxide detector is not in there, the appraiser is going to have to come back out and re-inspect it after it is in there. Second thing is, all the utilities need to be on. If the utilities aren't on, then the appraiser is going to have to re-inspect the property. And next thing is, if you're in a rural area, you certainly want the well to be on and pumping water. So all the utilities need to be on. All of the appliances, and if it's an FHA transaction, have to be working. If the appliances are not working, appraisers going to have to come back out and re-inspect those appliances and make sure they work. Also, if you're in the middle of repairs, drywalls, any kind of fixtures that aren't in, any repairs that have to be done to the property that are obvious, they're going to have to be finished before the appraiser signs off on that appraisal. Next thing you have to recognize is that it's mandatory for whoever is paying for the appraisal to pay $175 for re-inspections. That's the standard fee. And if the listing agent is the cause of that re-inspection, it doesn't make any sense for the buyer to pay for that. So, as a listing agent, really important to make sure all those things are done before you order the appraisal. Any questions on that? Contact RC Advantage. You can actually just type it into your Google, and it will take you right to website and contact information if you have any questions at all regarding loans. Thanks for listening, and I hope this makes the appraisal ordering process easier for you. Take care.